Today we're baking up some maple bacon brown sugar cinnamon rolls. First step with our cinnamon rolls is just heating up some milk for a few minutes. With our milk warm, I'm going to be portioning out a little bit. And so now I'm returning the remaining milk to the heat. I'm going to add in some flour, and we're going to get this mixed together to form a paste consistency. I was able to reach the consistency that we needed, and this is called a tangzong, which will help keep the rolls nice and soft. So I just added some ice cold water to the bowl, and now we're going to get this mixed together. And then I have 3 eggs that are cold directly from the fridge. I'll then add in some instant yeast and our flour. Our dough rested for 5 minutes, so now I'm going to add in some sugar and some salt. So I cut up some cool butter, so while the dough's running, we're going to be adding it in piece by piece. Then I'm just going to form it into a ball. I'm going to let the dough sit at room temperature for about an hour and a half, and then we're going to put it in the fridge to continue rising. So it's the next day. Now we're working on our maple brown sugar bacon for the filling, but also the topping. And I just have a few tablespoons of maple syrup, and then we'll add brown sugar directly into the bowl. So with a pastry brush, I'm just going to brush this on top. And then I have this maple sugar that we're going to be sprinkling on top as well. So I was able to coat both sides, so now we're going to get this in the oven until it gets nice and crispy. So our bacon is done and I chopped it up, so now we're just going to set it aside while we continue working on the filling. So I'm going to be creaming up some butter really quick. And then I have some brown sugar and some cinnamon. We're now going to begin rolling out our dough. Now with our dough rolled out, I'm going to be dolloping on the filling, and then I'll get it spread out in an even layer. Now I'll sprinkle on the maple brown sugar bacon. Starting with the edge closest to me, we're going to get this rolled up. And then at the very end, we'll let it rest on its seat. Alright, so I have the log ready, so now I'm going to try getting this cut up into 12 even pieces. So we can see the spiral with the filling and then the bacon pieces too. And as we're cutting them out, I'm going to be adding them to this prepared pan. So the rolls were sitting at room temp for about 1 hour, and now I'm going to add some heavy cream on top. I'm going to cover these back up, and now I'll put it in the oven to bake. While these cool down, I'm going to start working on the maple cream cheese frosting. For maple cream cheese frosting, we're going to be mixing up some cream cheese and butter first. Some vanilla extract, powdered sugar, and then some maple syrup. And I'm also going to add some maple sugar that I was using previously. Then I have some leftover maple brown sugar bacon that I'll sprinkle on top. Alright, and now the best part, I get to eat one, and I'm going directly for the middle. So as expected, the roll is super soft, and you get tons of the bacon flavor throughout because we added it to the filling, but also on top. And then adding the maple sugar definitely elevated that maple cream cheese frosting as well. Overall, I really think this might be one of my favorite roll recipes so far. You can find the ingredients in the caption, the full recipe in my newsletter soon, and I hope you give this one a try too.